One of the biggest problems I see in relationships is that most people are only in a relationship because they're lonely and ignore all the factors that decide the other person is right or not for them, which leads easily into another failed relationship. Because it isn't their choice, it's just a reaction to their own feeling. You know the feeling. When it's dark, it's quiet, and you are lonely as F. And like a miracle, your phone rings. Someone shows up for you when you need it the most. And I know, it feels amazing, but they just luck out in the timing, really. It doesn't tell you if that person is right for you or not. And you have to know that moment isn't the right moment, but where it's most risky for you, when you are most vulnerable. The moments where you pick someone based on how you feel and not on what's best for you. To learn how to deal with that, I have a video here. In this video, I will tell you about all the reasons why you shouldn't enter a relationship lonely. So in the next time it happens, you can avoid heartbreak and wasting more time with the wrong person, leaving only the right reasons to be with someone, the ones that lead you into the right relationship. Before starting, I would like to ask you to subscribe if you want someone who really wants to help you and not be right whether it affects you or not. Click the notification bell, as I will be figuring out the best way for you to get the best relationship. Feel free to comment, as I want to know what you think. And share this, because there's so many people out there stuck in a bad relationship and they don't deserve it. Make this your good action of the day and share. Now, back to the video. So let's start from the biggest scenario, which is the approval of others. Everyone always seems to tell you that you should be in a relationship. And most people will feel pressured into being in a relationship. But the problem with this is love can't be rushed, because love isn't a person, but the time and the place you reach. So you can't allow yourself to be pressured by others. And there's no point in pleasing others, because if the person you end up with is crappy, in the end, it's you and only you who has to suffer with the consequences of choosing the wrong person. And others will push you into that, but won't be there to pick up the pieces when you are sad after the breakup. So no, think only about yourself. That's how you get to love faster. And going with what everyone thinks is right for you might not be the best move, because everyone is not in the same place in the present. So judge it based on what's best for you in the moment. The second reason on why you should enter relationships lonely is based on the feeling you cultivate before the relationship, which is this feeling that you have no choice but to accept what is given to you, that you are doomed to live this life. That's just a recipe to turn bitter and miserable, which is really not good for yourself. Freedom of choice is a must-have for a happy and relaxed life. And it's not just that. That feeling will affect your relationships. Like, you are only lonely because you refuse to accept your own feelings. You don't ask why and how you can solve it. But when that feeling doesn't change, even when in a relationship, that will lead you into blaming others, making others resent you, rotting your relationship and making the world feel like it's just there to attack you, and you have no control over it. Which is why you should be alone and analyze that before any relationship. Having a good solid foundation provided just by you is what gives you control over your own surroundings. Or if you enter a relationship lonely and the other part knows about it, they will abuse that flaw in order to get you to do what they want without giving anything back, because they know you won't punish them. Because they know being alone is the worst thing for you. And this is not a bad thing, but a natural thing. Because if you don't have a wall to block you. You actually don't know if you are crossing a line. You shouldn't. That's why boundaries and the ability to keep them solid, it's so good for relationships. It's how you teach your partner how to treat you. And it's much harder to do that if you have a big hole in your defenses. This is one of the ways how you avoid abusive relationships. And the last reason is about the person you are in love with. I think someone who we are in love with deserves to have the story told the right way. If you are with them because you are lonely, they will always wonder if you are with them to serve your needs or because you like them. And they will always wonder if you will change your ideas when you find someone better. So being able to be alone and actually choosing your relationships, it's so much better for your partner. Like, I'm not with you because I need you. I'm with you because I want to. And only you. That's a much better way to show the other part that you love them. Because you pick them out of many options you have. This is one of the ways that you make your partner feel safe and feeling good about being with you. It gives them this sense that they are special, motivating them to fight even more for your relationship, making the chances of the relationship be the last you have for life, where your time and effort isn't wasted anymore and only gets better and better over time. You know, that special thing that everyone wants. But that's really the big problem about going into relationships lonely. Once you stop feeling that way, you also stop feeling motivated to fight for your relationship, leaving the only option of either making your relationship into a toxic one, full of arguments and blame games, or meaningless and boring, where two people are together just because. Now, is that really how you want your life to be? Life is too short to have regrets. So living in fear is not an option. Fearing that you have no choice but to pick those people is a much worse way to live. So just accept and face being alone. And that will give you the relationship you wish for.